Dollar Tree crafts are not always small crafts. Sometimes you can make really huge, substantial decor pieces on a Dollar Tree budget. Today's episode, we are going to be making large projects that are over 12 to 13 inches high, and it's going to be on a Dollar Tree budget. Now come along and let's make something beautiful for our homes. I found these 3 different size eggs. The smaller one is from a garland pack of wooden eggs, as well as these wall sticker sheets, which are so beautiful and they coordinate so well together. And then this little palette wood piece. Start by taking your sticker wall sheets, peel off the back, and lay them over your eggs. Now I'm going to be covering up this artwork on this egg because we don't want to see that, because we're going to be giving it a new life and a new look. I simply rubbed it down really well, took my scissors, cut around the edges. Once I had the whole thing cut out, I moved on to my other eggs. This project is super easy to recreate, has hardly any work involved in it, and has such a beautiful high-end spring look for your home. Now I'm not going to use the full sheet. I cut off some of the extra so I didn't waste it. I just cut it down to size with the backer sticker piece still on it. And then I'm going to rub that down on my medium size egg, and then as well cut that out. And we're just repeating this process all the way through. Dollar Tree even has some really huge eggs that stand up in their spring Easter section right now. Those ones are more $3 to $5, but that is the point of this project. However big you want your eggs to be, you've got a lot of different options to be able to play around with this, and using these wall stickers has such a beautiful look when we're done. Now I've cut out the smaller egg, and that palette wood piece earlier from the craft section, we're going to use it to help stand up all of these eggs. And these little slats are perfect for these eggs. I'm going to just add a little hot glue, and then I'm going to come on the back side of it with a little stacking block wood piece. And I'm going to just repeat that for all 3 of them, making sure they're standing upright. Now you could also twist them to the side a little bit to make them look more whimsical. I'm standing mine vertically straight up, so it has a nice, clean, high-end look. It just depends on what you want your style of your piece to be. And you can see that the little one is a little tricky to try to get back into that space. So I actually have a recommendation. If you do this project, start from the front egg and then work your way back, so that way you're not trying to squeeze into these small spaces. Now I'm going to take some foam. I have one piece between the 3 eggs, the other one at the front, and I'm going to cover it up with some moss. Once that has been all covered up, I'm now going to come in with some coordinating color florals. I'm going to be using this beautiful lavender looking salvia. I'm going to cut these down to size, and then I also have this picked from Hobby Lobby. They have some of the most beautiful florals right now, and I always just go when they're on sale, and I get them 40 to 50% off depending on what their sales are. Now I'm just going to plunk that right down into the foam, and in the end, this piece is so large in size and so stunning. This project is so much fun to make, and I really hope you give it a try. I'm taking the large wastebasket from the Dollar Tree, a wood round from a Dollar Tree craft section, a piece of cardstock. It's a big thick piece. It's more of like piece of cardboard, and it's honestly really just to fill the whole of the wastebasket, and then some different fabrics. I'm using white burlap, a drop cloth tan color, and then a pink. So I cut it out to fit the top of the wastebasket because we are going to be making a Easter Bunny top hat. This is so cute when we're done, and I've made something similar to this a while back. I will link that video down below in the description box if you want to see it. It's a smaller version of this with a smaller little basket. Now you can see that I glued on that cardboard to the top of that hat. And now I'm going to take that wood round. I'm first tracing it onto the drop cloth. And the only reason why I'm doubling up this fabric like this is because I really wanted to use the white burlap. And it has holes and I didn't want to have that see-through, so I needed a base underneath it. You can use whatever fabric you want, and then you don't have to double up fabric like I'm doing here. It just depends on what you want your commitment level to be for this project. So you can see that when I put that white burlap on top of that tan drop cloth, and I get my drop cloth from home improvement stores like Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's. You can pick them up at those places. I get them in the painter section. And then once I doubled that up for the wood round, I'm now going to repeat it for the wastebasket. So you can see where the opening of the wastebasket is. I glued it on with some hot glue. And now I'm going to bring on the fabric, the tan drop cloth, all over the trash can. And I'm going to just simply roll it. Now when you roll it, it is going to curve off a little bit to the side, because that's what you have happen when you have a rounded cylinder type shape that's bigger on one side than the other. You're going to just keep rolling it and making sure you have a fabric that's going to be able to cover all the way around and through. I just keep adding glue onto the fabric and then pushing it onto the basket. It's easier trying to do it that way versus putting the glue on the basket. The glue will go everywhere. Then I'm going to cut off all the extra we don't want. You can see here that I'm coming in and trimming up the side, cleaning it all up. And for the top and bottom, it's really simple. Just cut along the edge of it and then continue to glue anything down that still needs to be secured. Since I'm working with white burlap, I am using a popsicle stick or a craft stick to make sure that my hands are not touching that glue, because it does want to seep through the loose knit of the burlap. Now I'm going to add it up at the top as well, trim that off. There's just a lot of this like gluing on fabric and then trimming it, but if you work with one fabric, like I said, you're not going to have to double up the fabric, and it will literally speed up the process of this project. Now I'm going to bring on the white burlap at the top, and I will tell you I learned something while I was doing this, and I thought I would share it. Don't cut all along tight the edge of that rim at the top of the wastebasket. It's better to leave a little overhang and then glue that down, because it's going to give it a cleaner look at the top when you wrap the burlap around the sides of the wastebasket. I promise this project is going to turn out so cool in the end. We're almost done wrapping all the fabric. So now we're going to just repeat that process, going around the sides, gluing it, putting it down, using the popsicle stick, craft stick, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to just keep pulling it nice and tight so it's got a nice flat look using our popsicle stick. I will always call it a popsicle stick. It's funny, sometimes I get comments on here where people tell me that I should be calling it a craft stick, but friends, technically the bigger, thicker ones are tongue depressor sticks, and I'm just old school and that's just how I remember them. But whatever you want to call your supplies, it's cool with me. Trim up any extra burlap that you don't want. And then at the bottom, I went around the ring of the trash can and then added a whole bunch onto the middle of that circle, flipped it over so it would all glue together nicely. Now, at this point, our hat is covered. It looks like a top hat. It is so cute, and it's huge in size. I think this measures about 14 inches tall. Now we're going to work on the ears. First, I'm going to cut out with a traced ear shape. I just freehanded it. Rabbit ears are pretty easy. It kind of looks like a leaf shape in a way. And then I'm going to place that right on top of that burlap. Use that popsicle stick again. Press it all down on there. Trim it out. Look at how cute this has turned out. I'm so giddy over this project, and I know exactly where I'm putting this in my home. I have an entry table when you come into my house. I thought it would be so cute there. Now friends, I somehow lost the footage of painting and distressing this hat, but you've seen me do it a lot here on my channel. I use the brown paint to dry brush on a little bit of distressing, and then I also use white paint with my craft stick, I'll say it that way this time, and I just kind of tap it along the sides and kind of chunk it on there. You can use a paintbrush for that too, but I usually use like some kind of a stick to put on because I like that it goes on really thick. So you can see I just kind of distressed around the edges and around the ears as well. Now we're going to dress up the top hat. Use whatever color ribbon you want. I'm using pink in my home this year for spring and for Easter. And then I'm going to come in with a white ribbon. These are both from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to wrap it around, trim off the extra, glue it down. And then at the front, we can start putting on the ears. Now the first ear, I want to show you your two different options. You can lay them flat, or you can put a little dot right in the middle, pinch it, because it gives it more depth and it makes it look more like a real ear, like it's curved and turned. And then you're just going to glue that right down on there. And anything that's pulling up, you're just going to put a little glue behind it, push it down. Now I've decided I want both of my ears to look like that. So I'm just going to go back with the other ear, add a little dot in the middle, pull it over to do a little pinch, and then fold back that edge with some glue, getting it all into place. Isn't this turning out so cute? I promise you, it took me about an hour to do this project, but it was so worth it. It has such a beautiful high-end look. Now I added on a big bow to go with the ribbon around the band of the hat. I'm adding on a gold button. Surprise, surprise, Hattie loves buttons. And then on the side of the hat, I wanted to dress it up with just a little bit of florals. I only picked one side. I didn't do it to both, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to tuck some of these florals in here. I'm going with very soft pinks and a little bit of that greenery with some leaves. And in the end, friends, this is one of my favorite DIYs I've ever made. I hope you give it a try. This project is using a vase from the Dollar Tree, some twine, some carrots, and these greenery picks that look a lot like the leaves that come off of carrots. We are going to be making a whimsical vase filled with carrots. It is so easy to make and so cute. Now I'm going to take my twine and I'm going to wrap it around something that I need the length of, and the length is about 5.5 inches, I would say 6 inches. Let's just give it 6 inches long. And we're going to need a whole bunch of them because we're going to add just a little bit of glue to each carrot and add on that twine so that they can all dangle down at different heights inside of this jar. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue and then a little bit of the twine, and I'm just going to go through all of these carrots. Now you can double up a couple of carrots on one twine piece, and I did that a couple times. I had one twine that actually had 3 carrots that were clumped together. Then you're going to take your carrots once they're all hung up on their twine. See this one I'm about to put in right here. This one has 3 on it. You're going to go ahead and work them down inside of your vase, liking the way that they're hanging, liking the way that they look down in there. Now if you've ever seen farmhouse carrots, like on an actual farm, when they're pulling them out, they have long green stems coming off of them, and that's kind of the idea behind this project. We're bringing all of these carrots together as if a big cluster of carrots had just been pulled out of the garden. We're going to tie the top of that twine so they all stay together, and they're going to sit down in there nicely. Now we need something for our greenery to go into. So I'm going to take a piece of foam. I pushed it onto the glass just to kind of get the size right, and I'm going to just trim it off with my actual kitchen steak knife that I keep in my craft room. I've had people ask me before. I'm like, yeah, that's my actual steak knife from my kitchen, from my Pioneer Woman kitchen set, actually. Now I'm going to take some of this moss and I'm going to conceal the foam. You don't want to see the foam. That part's not cute. Go ahead and just go all the way around that foam, making sure you cannot see it. And then once that's all concealed, going all the way around, you're also going to need to put some Spanish moss down inside. You can see that I'm working around the twine, so it's really concealing that foam at the top. And on the back side of the vase where no one's going to see it, I did add some glue in there to secure the foam from popping out easily, because we don't want that to happen. Once it was dried, I then came in with my greenery picks, pushing those all into the foam, and it is looking like a large pile of carrots that just got pulled out of the garden. And you can leave it like this, or you can dress it up some. It just depends on what you want to do with your project. I decided to dress mine up a little bit. So after I had all of my greenery picks in place, and I made sure that the foam was staying in place as well, I'm now going to take my twine and I'm going to wrap it around that middle neck of the vase, almost as if they had been bundled up with some twine. I tied a knot, and then I just wanted to keep playing with it. So I added on a white satin ribbon, and I went all the way around, making sure it was nice and clean and straight. And I liked it because it really did clean up that middle section where the carrots going into the moss were. But again, you play with it and do whatever you want. The project is so whimsical and it's so fun, and it's such a cute centerpiece to put on a table somewhere. I really love this project, and it was really quick to make. Then I added a bow and a twine bow, and then of course it's a Heidi project, a button. I added on a couple of buttons, and at this point it just looks so whimsical and pretty for your home. The imagination side of crafting is just the best. It helps with my anxiety. It gives me a beautiful home on a budget. I really do love making these kind of projects for you all, and I hope you give them a try because these really are large in size and have such a high-end statement look to them. But surprise, surprise, it's on a Dollar Tree crafter's budget. My favorite. Now, if you didn't know, I'm posting on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So please don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're enjoying my content here so you don't miss videos coming when they go live. It gives you a notification when it goes live. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out here on my channel. It lets me know that you're enjoying my content. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to recommend this video right here. And until the next episode, bye friends.